So guys, welcome to my YouTube channel once more. And today, like I promised, let's look at the chart and we are going to start our analysis. So what we'll be looking out for is going to be DXY, Euro USD, GU, and gold. So like I explained earlier, when you're starting your weeks, you need to have the currency pairs you have on your watch list. And when it's the new week, it's always good to start on your higher time frame, because on the higher time frame it will be easy and possible for you to spot out the draw on liquidity. Now, throughout my videos, liquidities have been something that I've been throwing more emphasis on, and as a trader, it is always good and advisable to understand the whole concept behind liquidity. We all know liquidity is where money is resting in the market, and without liquidity the market cannot actually move, because the market is always moving from liquidity to liquidity. So if you are new to my YouTube channel, what I'll advise you to do is, first thing first, click that subscribe button, so anytime I drop a video like this, you immediately get notified in order to catch all of these moves. And even whenever I drop these videos, make sure you do everything possible within your power to watch all through the end of this video. So on my screen you will have DXY, and we are on the 1 month time frame. And when you look vividly on this 1 month time frame, you can actually see that we are in an uptrend. But our interest is not on the whole 1 month profile. What we want to understand is what happened throughout the last 3 months in the market. So you can clearly see that on January we had the small bullishness that ended up in a doji candle. We had February, we had the sales. March came without heavy sales, and then we have April now. And when you're looking at the market, you need to understand where the next draw on liquidity is actually sleeping. So when you look at this chart here, you will see that right down here we have our next draw on liquidity right here where I am plotting now. We have our next draw on liquidity. Like, this is actually where price is actually heading to. And where is price coming from? That is another question. Price is actually coming after tapping into this other block here. After tapping into this other block, so price have collected that liquidity and it's now coming to this other part of liquidity here. So if you see here very well, you can clearly see that there was some turtle soup there, giving us that inside bar close, or what we all normally know as our CRT. So this is the view we have for this 1 month, and we have seen that this is where we have the next draw on liquidity. Previous monthly candle has been broken by April, and we are going to mark that level and to see what to expect next. So highlighting this level, I'm going to go straight to the 1 week time frame. Now, when you're analyzing your chart, and if you are my student, you should know this is how we analyze the chart. And whenever I drop setups, you should know that this is exact means to understand analyzing the chart. Back to being my student, I don't necessarily teach forex for beginners. What I actually do is I master the art of helping traders to become consistently profitable. So if you are a trader, you just acquire your 1 month classes like understanding the basics of forex, and you really want to go deep into market structure or technical analysis, I am the right person for you to come for that, because I will teach you how to read price, how to understand the market, how to actually trade demand and supply, and how to understand CRT, which is the candle range theory, and which is one of the best strategies that I use and have been giving me profitability for a long period of time now. And I have also helped a lot of traders navigate to win with this set strategy. So now what I want you guys to do is understand everything when it comes to the chart. It's also note this very well and make sure you understand everything with this. Okay, so going ahead, we are going to go straight to the 1 day time frame. Now on the 1 day time frame, what are we seeing? We can clearly see that the market on the 1 week time frame gave us that nice CRT. If you go back to the 1 week time frame, you will clearly see the CRT that was formed, right? You saw the first one formed above here. It happens throughout the chart all the time. It happens throughout the chart all the time. It happens throughout the chart all the time. So it will always repeat itself whenever it comes to the chart. So guys,
we need to find a
it's
solution.
me.
We have to find a way forward. I appreciate the relationship between the lower hands and the
I
last
have some music playing in the background. I need to make sure I stop it.
I appreciate that it's an ecosystem spanning North and East London.
So we don't have to have distractions in our chart.
Interdependent.
Alright, so I have that taken care of. So let's get back to business. So if you see here, we had that nice CRT formed here and another one CRT formed here. So what do we expect? We expect the market to retrace back credit inducement, induce traders into buying. The moment they buy, it comes back down to finish the move, because we have the soup here, we have change the state of delivery, we have breaker block, and then we have finally you have the kiss of death that's actually going to happen to the downside. So this is what we are seeing on the 1 week time frame. This is the nice CRT. Now if we go to a smaller time frame, which is the 1 day, we are clearly going to see or spot how the market was giving us a high and a low. Right, we had this push from here right down, from here excuse me, from here, put to the upside, drop. So what do we expect? Another one to come up here and continue dropping on the downside. So this is the view I'm seeing on the 1 day time frame. Now on the 1 day time frame, we are going to look at what actually happened. So that price actually manipulated traders into buying. The moment they fell for that, price displays to the downside. Now when you're talking of change in the state of delivery, this bearish candle that came down to collect this low is a change in the state of delivery. So everything above that bearish candle is our corner, our order block. So that's our order block. So if you were to take this buys, sells from here, your entry would have been here, stop loss just slightly below here, above this high, and then you're going right here for a nice 1:3 on this straight, catching this nice sweet move all through this level, right? So that is how you would have caught that move. For now, that is done, that is out of the picture. What we have seen is price broke out from this level, retraced back. So everything being equal, this right here was supposed to be on order block for price to come and bounce off, for price to come and do what? Bounce off from here, and start selling to the upside. But what happened? That level got violated and price came down here. So now what I am expecting is this is going to be now our candle range story theory, right? The CRT. So expect what to do, price do what? Price to navigate back, induce traders into buying, because they think that this bullish momentum is coming up, introduce them into buying. The moment they buy, it will then drop. So I expect Monday or Tuesday to be the manipulation phase, and then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to be the redistribution phase. I expect this market to come right there to collect liquidity. This is what I am seeing for next week. So I expect price to pull back here and continue massively selling, right? If you look right here, you're already getting some rejections that are coming into the market already, right? Already getting some rejections that are coming to the market already. So around this level here, what we are seeing on our chart, we are seeing this whole area here that was supposed to be an order block is now acting as a breaker block. So I'll be expecting, when I get the confirmation, this is where I'll get my sales. This is where I'm getting my sales. Stop loss just slightly above this level here, and I'll be targeting this other end for a fast targeting the next drawn liquidity, which is this level, level. So let's see how this chart is going to play out throughout the week of next week, right? So let's wait and see how this will play out. For my setups, I'm going to make sure I send them up in the bootcamp community. So make sure you are in the bootcamp community. To join the bootcamp community is actually for free. All you need to do is create your account with my recommended broker. When you create your account with my recommended broker, I'll add you to the group. My recommended broker is XNES. The link to creating the account is below. If you already have an account with XNES, all you need to do is just inbox me that you already have an account. And when you do that, I will give you a direction and process on how you can join that. So onto that, let's go straight to the next pair, which is going to be Euro USD. And the same thing too, we are going on the 1 month time frame. Now, one thing with Euro USD is that Euro USD move opposite of DXY. Euro USD move opposite of DXY. So if DXY is buying, Euro USD will definitely be selling. So let's have a look on Euro USD on the 1 month time frame. On the 1 month time frame, you can clearly see something that happened here is looking at this whole profile. You can clearly see that this is strongly in a bearish momentum, but price is struggling to go to the upside to collect some liquidity. Your job here is to identify that next draw on liquidity, which is right above here, and you see where price is coming from. Price just collected liquidity from here because this area here broke structure from here, so it's actually going to collect liquidity. So above here there's a next draw on liquidity. Now this is what the market is telling us on a 1 month time frame. This guy is actually pushing to the upside, so there are high chances that this guy will continue pushing till it gets to this next draw on liquidity here. Now we have to scale down to a smaller time frame. for us to either actually identify uh, our entries, because we are not actually trading on this higher time frame. So what I'm doing here is called top-down analysis, whereby I start analyzing the chart on a higher time frame and going down to the smaller time frame to pick up my entries. Now, if you're still a newbie, you want to understand all of this stuff, I do offer mentorship where I teach traders how to read the chart like this and understand technical analysis. So onto the chart, this is what I'm seeing on the 1 week time frame. So every candle you see formed here actually formed on the 1 week time frame. As this candle pushed to the upside, it left behind this nice fair value gap, and price came with turtle soup that fair value gap, tapped into that fair value gap and spiked to the upside. This was a nice CRT that formed here on the 1 week. You see price collected from here and pushed it to the upside. The exact thing that you are seeing on DXY is the exact opposite that you are seeing here on GBP USD. So what you see here is this. Good. So what we expect to see now is price to continue pushing to the upside, because this is like a spike, and after this spike, it have induced traders into thinking that this market is going to sell. This is like an inducement. Price is definitely going to push up, because this is the next draw on liquidity. This is that liquidity that is attracting price to come to it. So this is what we are seeing on the 1 week time frame, and this is an opposite turtle soup that happened on the 1 week time frame. If you go on the 1 day time frame, you clearly see that it actually bought and then sold back to the downside. Selling to the downside is all the traders that were actually buying from here, considering this aspect to be an order block, they had their stop loss below here. So this guy just came to collect that order block, and definitely is going to continue spiking back to the upside. So what you see here is price actually trying to fill back this balance range. They call it this balanced price range here, right? We have fair value gaps on the other side and price on the other side. So it has actually balanced that price. So it's definitely going to start pushing back to the upside. So this is definitely going to be where the next swing buy is going to continue coming from here. Price is going to continue buying from here. So your stop loss should be below, a little bit below here. I should be targeting this whole area for your next draw on liquidity. This is something that you as a trader, if you master this, guys, if you master this, trust me, your level of profitability is going to increase in this forex market massively. I'm actually giving out free knowledge for you guys here to actually learn how to trade forex. So if you are still struggling on how to reach chart like this, make sure you get me. My number is on the link below. Get my WhatsApp number and get your mentorship real quick. So going to the 4 hours time frame, you can clearly see how price is already showing some rejection at that level, telling you that buyers are eventually going to be coming into this market. So what you want to see is, come tomorrow or Tuesday, you want to see price reject from here and then spike to the upside, create some liquidity around here, collect that liquidity, and then shoot to the upside. If that happens, when I see that, trust me guys, I'm going to be holding this trade right up to this level. I'm not collecting any TP. I can only collect partials when it comes to 50%, but I'll be holding right up to that level. So make sure you are in the bootcamp community, because once that happens, I'm going to share the setup in the bootcamp community. So to join the bootcamp community, all you need to do is click the XNES link, create your account. If you already have an account, inbox me with the WhatsApp number. You already have an account, and I'll add you into the bootcamp community. So not wasting much time, this is what's happening with GBP USD, which is the exact opposite of what's happening with DXY. And let's go now to Euro USD. On Euro USD, we are going to go straight on the same 1 month time frame, and we are going to see the exact opposite of what happened with DXY, right? So looking at this, you clearly see the exact thing. What price did was, price came for internal liquidity here. Price came for this internal liquidity, bounced to the upside. If price collected that internal liquidity, everybody that bought from here, they have their stop loss slipping from here, right? So price collected all of that stop loss, and then this is where price actually going to. This right here is the next draw on liquidity. You are seeing this on the 1 month time frame. January bearish, February bullish, March bullish, April bullish. So price actually pushing right up to this level, right up here. So going straight to the 1 week time frame, we are going to do what? We are going to see how price navigated, manipulated traders into selling. The moment they sold, it spiked back. So what you see here is a nice clear CRT. If you don't understand CRT, I have a booklet on the CRT explaining how to trade the 1 AM CRT, 9 AM CRT, 5 AM CRT. So if you see here, you can clearly perfectly see that at these levels, you can see price is actually pushing to the upside. So what price is going to do is, price is going to navigate back inside this range, collect the internal range liquidity, and push to the upside. This is what we are seeing on the 1 week time frame, and this is our next draw on liquidity. We have draw on liquidity here, and another one here, another one here. So we are going straight on the 1 day time frame to see how we can possibly get our entries. Now, this was supposed to be an order block, right? There was traders coming here looking for selling opportunities, right? The exact thing that is happening with DXY, there were traders here coming to look for selling opportunities. The moment they sold, price spiked them out. Now price giving them an entry now. So this has been an order block now. It's a breaker block. So there's a high chance that what this guy will continue from here to start buying from here and start buying from here. Where is it going? To the next draw on liquidity. If you are in my Telegram channel, I gave this swing straight right all through the way from down here. I gave possibilities of swing buy. So this is why I need to be in the bootcamp community, because when I see this setup form, I always share them in the bootcamp community. So price, this is where I'm expecting price to go to, and that is where we're still going to expect the buy. And you see, when price got 50% of this move, it started rejecting. So whenever you're taking swing moves like this, it's always advisable to have 50% of your TPs on 50% of the whole range that you're collecting, because it will somehow reverse. And as a trader, it is not good to see profit and the profit come back into losses. So always make sure you collect some of your partials, which is very, very important, because this whole move is about 444 pips, right? The whole move I collected was 444 pips. So this next move that I will be looking out for when I get a confirmation is still going to be something about probably 200 plus pips. Right here you see 300. So if a casual move, I'm going to hold chill TP. So what you want to do is, on the 4 hours time frame, you want to wait for this candle to close back inside here, engineer liquidity and collect. But just know Monday is going to create that accumulation. So on Monday, you make sure you check the fundamentals that are coming up on Monday. Whenever you're starting out to trade a new week, make sure you check out the fundamentals that are going to happen throughout that week. We just know we just enter into the first quarter, the second quarter of 2025, and we are in the month of April. The month of April just started, so the month have just shown us what it's going to do. So we are seeing more bullishness coming into this month. Now, 2 things are involved. Don't just put your mind that I will only look for buying opportunity. These are the buyers you have in the market. These are the buyers you have in the market. So you have that buy bias and you have that sell bias. If the market is buying, we should respect this level and buy. But if you violate this level and I see a candle close below here, and then definitely I'm going to sell right through down here. So this is bias you should have when it comes to analyzing the chart. So this is what I'm expecting, and my next currency pair I'm looking out for is going to be gold, because I promise you guys I'm going to do breakdown analysis on DXY, GU, EU, and gold. So last on our list is going to be gold. So we are going to look at gold too. On gold this time around, we'll look at gold on a 1 week time frame. But like I said, guys, play this video at least 3 times to actually understand what I'm saying. I might be a little bit fast, but if you play 1, play 2, and play for the 3rd time, you will actually understand and see everything that I'm actually explaining. Always make sure you have a 2-side bias on anything you are doing when it comes to this forex chart. Understand liquidity concept, understand how to read the chart, understand the type of liquidity. We have internal liquidity, we have external liquidity. In this scenario, this is a whole range. Like now, right here, this red is a whole range. From here to here was a range, right? Here to was a range, here was a range. So price broke out from this range, right? Price have broke out from this range and pushed the upside. Now price have collected the external range liquidity. Now price is coming back to call it what? Internal range liquidity, maybe to possibly push the upside, or maybe to possibly push back to the downside. So now, where are the next level of liquidity? Right here is where we have the next level of liquidity, and above here is where we have the next level of liquidity. So if you are buying, you should be buying targeting this area up here. If you are selling, you should be selling targeting this area up here. Price is always moving from liquidity to liquidity, and the easiest way to identify this liquidity is to call them internal liquidity or external range liquidity. So this concept will really help you, and again, I'll advise you, if you are still not understanding this, make sure you get my mentorship. My mentorship is just $200 for you guys in Cameroon. It's just $100. It's just 100,000 francs, and it's lifetime. I don't teach for 1 month. When you pay any subscription for me, your payment is done for life, right? It's only my signal services that I give for 1 month, but when you pay, it's lifetime. I consider you to be done for 1 lifetime payment. So let's go to our last on the list currency. What we are looking out for is going to be gold. So we are going to look at gold for a 1 week time frame. Now guys, you know the funniest thing of all of this, I already did this analysis, and the funniest thing is that while I was recording, my mic was off. So imagine me, I'm recording this for the 2nd time. So just imagine how the sacrifice I always do just to make sure I give you guys the best of the best. So if you have watched all through this end, I want you to do yourself a favor yes, do yourself a favor clicking that like and hitting that subscribe button, because whenever you hit that subscribe button, anytime I drop a video like this, you get notified immediately. And you get to watch it before time. Imagine some of you will be watching this video on Tuesday, or maybe when all of this movement has happened, and imagine seeing what I explained and exactly they happen the way I'm explaining. Trust me, it will hurt you so damn much. So what we are looking at now for is gold. And if you look at gold, gold has been buying all through. Gold has been buying, in fact, throughout. In fact, gold has been buying. I can't say the moment gold has been buying. Every day gold is forming new time highs. You are expecting gold every day gold is forming new time high. New time anytime it's forming new time high. And there's still high possibility that this guy will still continue buying. But now, knowing the exact point to buy is always the problem. So if you look at the 1 week time frame, you see a structure here. Price broke out from this structure with a body. I've taught you guys about candlesticks and how candle behave when they get to a zone. Price broke out from here with a body, and then price retraced back, entered here and pushed it upside. Created another liquidity here. Collected the liquidity with the turtle soup, pushed it upside. Another one formed here. So now this right whole area here is an area where you should expect the market to come down to. I'll be looking for buys on this level, so I have to have my notification here. That's why I want you guys to belong to the bootcamp community, because the moment I see this stuff, I'm going to share them in the bootcamp community. So it's actually free. Make sure you join it for free. So around this level here, I have liquidity slipping here. So with everything with me, this is the move that happened yesterday on NFP. So you see right here is a 1 day time frame. With the live class that I had with my bootcamp students, I told them we have total soup here and there are high chances this guy is going to sell. NFP came out, I had my entry here. I saw my entry on the 1 hour time frame, and then I just took the trade ever since. Why I saw my entry was this. I saw this when price collected this total soup here, came back here, created engineered liquidity here, engineered all through this liquidity here, and total soup. I had my entry for NFP right here, even though it was not really moved fast the way I anticipated, but it gave me some good sweet catch here. So I had my stop loss here, and I was anticipating that big fall, but of course I saw price rejecting, but I had my first TP here, and when price hit my first TP and the other one was just navigating down, I eventually closed because I expected NFP to be really heavy to fall to the downside, but when it got here, I eventually closed the trade. So my next view for gold is that I'll just go back straight on the 4 hours time frame. I'll be waiting to enter, looking for buying opportunities here. And trust me, this time around I'll be holding my trade till they get to final TP. I'll collect 50% on 50% of the range and the rest on the other side of the range. Like from here, if I buy from here, I'll collect my 50% at this level, which is very important. I can see there's a great reason why I should collect 50% from here, and then I'll hold the rest till TP. But trust me, gold don't just fly right to the upside. Sometimes it will always come back to your entry before navigating to the upside. So if I see price come and give my confirmation here, I'm going to buy, collecting my first TP here, which is giving me almost 1:3, and then my whole TP here will be 1:6, almost 1:6. That's 1:6 exactly. So that is the view I have for gold. So what I'm advising you guys to do is, price might sometime buy from here, but this buy is going to definitely be a trap. Trust me guys, this buy right here is definitely going to be a trap, because traders will be thinking that this is an order. Yes, whenever you are taking a trade, anticipate where are stop loss. Liquidity have not yet been formed. So imagine those who are buying from here, if they are buying from here, where would they place their stop loss? Now look at where they are placing their stop loss. Look below where they are placing their stop loss. What is sleeping below? A fair value gap, a draw on liquidity. So what my price do? Price might do what? Induce them. Price might do what? Induce them into buying. The moment they buy, it comes back down, clear them out, and then push to the upside. So I would rather prefer to wait for price to collect liquidity before I buy. I would rather prefer to get that weak rejection and then I buy, targeting that whole area. So guys, if you have watched all throughout this video, I want to congratulate you and make sure you subscribe, because you don't want to miss. If you've been following me for a long time and really want to learn from me, again I will repeat, my WhatsApp number is down on the link below. Get my WhatsApp number and get to me on mentorship. If you want to join my bootcamp community, where I share out all my setups and probably sometimes like my signals, create your account with my recommended broker, which is Xness. If you already have an account, just inbox me on WhatsApp say you have an account, and now add in the bootcamp community. If you are a trader, you are busy, you don't have the time to analyze, you just want me to give the signal and click that buy and sell, hit the link below. You will see my WhatsApp number. Get to me on WhatsApp. I provide signal. My signals are $25 per month. For those of you in Cameroon, my signal is just 15,000 francs per month. I give out signals on currency pairs that I've just analyzed here, which is DXY, gold, EU and GU. Aside from that, I will see you on the next videos. If you have anything that you really want to understand, you want me to explain further, make sure you drop them on the comment section below, and I will definitely do a video about that on my next YouTube video. So aside from that, I'll see you guys on the next video. It's one big marathon. Stay profitable. No raid, no trade.